Welcome to WeTaku Anime Reviews, a podcast in which four friends get together and yell at each other some before they start a podcast about how we talk about anime. I'm one of your hosts, Jovan. Sorry for the format. This is not my usual place. Welcome to Summertime WeTaku. And with me are three of my lovely co-hosts. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Thomas, and I'm not very good at this.
I don't know what
But
you're
I'm
trying
trying.
to do.
That's better.
Like that.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Somebody else save us.
I'm Steven. As you can see, I am a big weeb from everything behind me. So,
I don't believe you.
well, I don't know. There's literally a pillow right here, Javon.
Oh,
It's not
no,
a
the
body
pillow does it.
pillow,
That's
but
fair.
yeah.
Yes.
And I apologize for the lower than average production quality of this episode.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh yeah, I don't have. I mean, whatever.
Oh yeah, no. This episode is technical bugs of the episode, and we ask that you just deal with it and love us anyways.
I
Devon
want
and I are on the same mic right now.
to send a
It's-
shout out
it's
to my
fine.
friend Nick, who is going to trash talk us in the Twitch chat as this goes
Dude,
on.
cool.
So.
I got us.
It's I. All right. So today's episode
Oh wait, what?
is oh no
I'm Alan. Hi, I'm here still. I'm eating.
It's
you
hard
started
to tell,
talking.
you don't
You
have a
talked like
camera.
3 times. I don't. It's fine. Nobody needs to know who Alan is. Who even are you? What do you do?
I'm eating.
See, unprofessional.
I mean, I
This
don't know. I
show,
think it's a fair point.
not allowed.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to eat chips and hummus anymore. And because
Chips are a bad idea on a podcast.
Okay, what are we
the
reviewing
podcast
today?
is Two.
BTOOOM is happening. Welcome to WeTaku Yell at Each Other for Eating Food Pod. Today we're going to yell at each other about BTOOOM, an anime done by Madhouse Studios. It's... Steven, can you give us a synopsis? You're the one who knows the show better, I think.
Well, you guys have all watched it more recently, but it's basically guy plays a video game where you kill people with bombs, and then he has to go play it in real life. It's kind of Battle Royale / Hunger Games style, except a lot darker.
I don't know that it is that much darker.
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say, I don't know, maybe not darker than Battle Royale, but probably darker than Hunger Games.
edgier. I'll give it
Edgier.
edgier.
Definitely
Darker is not the
edgier.
right word. All right. You follow the main character, who is a total neat, as he adapts to being on an island. Those of you who don't know what the word neat is, can somebody else give the actual words? Because I always forget what they are.
Not in
Not in-
employment,
not-
education, or training.
Essentially,
me
he's a
right
worthless
now.
human being. Alan, you are literally at school.
Not quite.
Whatever. All right. So, spoiler-free section. First things first. 2 theme songs. One only plays in the last episode. One plays for the other 11. Not gonna lie. Really liked the first theme song. Second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one's pretty good. First one is Nano.
I honestly when I was listening to the second one, I was like, I missed the first one.
A little bit. The
Yeah.
game has only just begun. That's fun. It's a fun
So
one. Except for Thomas. Thomas, I feel like you have a different opinion.
I mean, like it could have been better. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't good. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Alright, fair enough.
I thought it fit the show pretty well. The animation behind it, though, the animation during the theme song itself was, until the very end of it, not fantastic.
They're all stop frames until like the last 10 seconds or so.
Though I am a sucker for cool action, like, these are all the characters that are probably going to show up and doing cool things, and that happened, and I'm okay with that.
Fair enough.
You could hear my mom sneezing.
Alright, animation as well. To talk about that.
It's not phenomenal, but
I have feelings here.
really.
I have a lot of feelings, good and bad. The background and the characters don't match each other. the backgrounds of like the forest just drawn completely differently than the characters. When you see them together, which characters are generally on a background, it's jarring. It's like you took one thing and just overlaid it onto a completely different thing,
There's also
and it
like
drives me insane.
There's also one character that was just different from everyone else, and like I was watching with someone else, and they liked it, right? They liked that the character looked different for reasons, spoilery kind of. But I kind of got tripped out by it, and it's really like, it's really just a matter of personal preference.
Which character are you talking about?
The one with the sickle.
Oh. No, I liked it. It felt okay in the scenario.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, but it still kind of tripped me out the first few times I saw it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I felt like the mom was animated most differently. She looked like
Oh yeah.
Attack on Titan.
The main character's mom had a whole like another thing going on with her.
Heavy shading.
That said, the animation kind of evolved as the show went on because the first episode, the main character was definitely just Kaiji. He had the nose. He was.
He was light. That first scene that
No,
you see him, he's light.
He's light.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he stays light. Like he comes back to being light over and over again, and like he's just off-color light the whole show. But at least he's not Usopp off-color light.
He really does look like light now. I never thought about that before, but you're very right, actually.
Wait, all of the characters have like a character design that just looks like someone else. You look
Yeah.
at the characters where I was like,
I think the girl looks pretty unique.
the girl's unique. The main heroine is unique, but like when other people jumped up, it was like, oh man, Yusuke Urameshi's showing up. That's pretty cool, I guess. Oh hey Mario, how are you doing today? It's just like, wait. Okay, yes, we
The
get it.
main
The girl was
character did
busty.
not. I mean, girl did not have like a shirt that ever fit her. It's the
Her bra was only
Also,
there for show.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Bossberg, our friend Jacob. He pointed out that camo skirt, no one wears that shit.
No. I figured it out though. I figured out why she wears a camo skirt. You see, it's implied, or it's said she's a foreigner, but never from which country. She's American. Only one of us would wear camo in the middle of a Japanese
Wait, I
city.
I
Yeah.
thought she said she was Japanese.
Well, she did, but she also said she was a foreigner. So I assume she's
I
like
think she was, like,
foreign-blooded.
covering.
Yeah, she's an American-Japanese person.
Hmm.
Like her parents are American or something. I don't think there's like much spoiler-free that's worth talking about here. Animation was inconsistent, but I said it's jarring, but at the same time, character designs, while most of which were not original, weren't bad. They took good-looking characters from other stuff. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all
nothing
fine.
that made it look unique.
But
so.
I would agree there's not much to talk about spoiler free. I mean, we pretty much summed it up with the one synopsis. It's like they're playing Battle Royale but with bombs. And I don't like that's your show. For the most part.
Did it?
Yeah.
So as far as sound's concerned, though, I felt like the jungle sounded really good. They had a lot of like the sounds of like monkeys or like capuchins like making like cries in the background, or crickets, or birds. There were all these things that they weren't hunting for some reason that is beyond me.
We're not here to hunt. It's a waste of
They
bombs.
talked about like that they wouldn't hunt, but they could have, and they didn't have to be chasing these things. But whatever.
Waste of bombs.
But
Bims?
they also, but the
Yes.
background music just wasn't there. I don't think it fit this.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot.
I remember some of the moments being like, specifically one moment being notably heroic, but I don't remember what the background music was. I just assume it did its job because I did feel like that moment was pretty cool. So, can't really get into detail on that one for sure. So, I think with all that in mind, it's just time to jump into the spoiler section. Does anybody have any final thoughts before that?
Shouldn't we say like if we liked them?
Oh, like or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a tentative like, but I want you guys to convince me one way or the other by the end of the show, because I am on the fence with BTOOOM.
All right. I'm going to say I liked it. I highly recommend this show pretty often. That being said, I didn't rewatch it for the podcast, and I originally watched it as it aired, which I think does skew preferences, because like the episodes ended in a way that definitely made me want to keep watching, and when it was airing, that built a
They did
lot
that
more
thing.
suspense. So
They did indeed do that thing.
yeah,
So I think that I would not recommend it, but like just barely. I watched it with Jovan, and he like tried to. I feel like that skewed my opinion a little bit, just a little to make it higher. But that last scene was just. I guess we'll get that into
Yeah.
spoilers.
I liked it, but okay, whatever. We'll get
I
to it in
also
spoilers.
just want to say to Hammer Tank, I think, in the chat, yes, you can join even though you only read the manga. You know what happened, therefore
Actually, you
that's
know more
enough.
than we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
the anime does not end. I think that's also okay to say in spoilers
Yeah.
free. The anime does
Oh, yeah,
not
if-
have
if
an
you're
ending.
If you're looking for a satisfying ending, well,
No.
So
Also,
Um,
I think there's a reason they didn't get funding for next season. Just saying. Just saying.
I don't know. I actually feel like it probably deserves it more than like Berserk season 2, but whatever.
well,
Anywho,
As for how I feel, I'd say I liked it, but I don't know if I would recommend it. It's kind of poorly paced in some places, and they definitely wanted to do more. But
Okay.
it was just like 12 episodes. We gotta fit everything until this point. So some things got shafted.
yeah, I'm gonna go back and actually say as well, like, as I mentioned, I watched this airing, so I think I'll change mine also to a tentative like, just for that fact. I think I could easily be convinced. I think it would not be as entertaining to just sit down and binge watch as it
Having
was
been
airing.
having sat down and binge watched it, you're probably right.
Yeah. So
With all that in mind,
Let me tell you,
I think it's
streaming with like
right.
a crap ton of lag is even worse.
it happened. It happened like 3 episodes, which it was just like, let's watch in 5 FPS. Is just nope.
I'm fairly
That's really
certain
sad.
that me and Jacob had to watch an episode for more than twice as long as its actual length. It was awful.
We definitely had to refresh the page a few times, I'll just say that. But with all that in mind, that's not the show's fault. That's definitely not the show's fault. With all that in mind, I think it's time to jump into the spoiler section with some tentative likes and a tentative dislike.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you might be able to convince me, but I'm still leaning toward I didn't really like it.
And we will see. Now, if you want to, after all of our sterling descriptions and recommendations, if you'd like to go pause this show right now and go watch the show, do so. We will come back. You're probably watching this on YouTube, and if you're watching this on Twitch, well, just leave if you don't want to hear about BTOOOM, and come back later. If you're that guy who read the manga or anybody else, stay, please, love us. We're going to talk spoilers, we're going to talk our feelings, and it's going to be incredible. But if you
We're
leave,
gonna
you can
talk
come back
about
to
Komodo
youtube.com/WeTaku. We're going to talk so much about Komodo dragons.
let me ask one more question. It's basically the same as like dislike, but in a different way. Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun watching it?
I think I
There were
already
a lot
answered
of
that.
put off. There were a lot of moments where I was put off from it, but I would say totally. I guess it wasn't terrible.
It was a roller
I'll give you
coaster, all
that.
right, but not a roller coaster of like emotion. It was just a roller coaster of, oh, I like this. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this
Okay.
is kind of cool. Oh, wow, that was garbage.
Okay.
And I just kind of rode that roller coaster all the way through. I
Okay.
think overall it's a positive experience, but
Yeah, I think I'd
That's-
agree.
it's a hard one.
Fair enough.
And we are going to jump into spoiler section in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as we start every spoiler section, except for the one that just happened, I have to ask one very, 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 very important question. Who is Best Girl?
Tyra up until the end.
I was going to say the same.
Mm,
You forgot their name, didn't you?
Who was I? I had said someone earlier.
I don't know. Like, on one hand, I kind of want to say the like asshole 14-year-old kid, but like
He
he's
is
also
great.
awful, but he's a great character. You know?
I personally, I love him, but because Tyra messed it up in the last episode and does no longer deserves Best Girl, I give it to Oda. Yusuke Urameshi.
The guy with the long
Okay.
hair and glasses.
That's Oda.
Or I could also say main character, but when he's playing the video game, not his actual self, his video game
So
self.
you mean like 13 seconds of him?
Yeah, but he's like a god. He's the top esports player, man.
He's only top 10.
I'm not sure if I have best girl except for maybe like homing bombs.
Homing bombs are
Kinda
Best
cute.
Girl.
Oh, also,
Why?
fun fact for everyone: there's a BTOOOM mobile game that came out fairly recently, where you go throw bombs at each other. It's interesting.
All right, sure. Okay, so just doing a quick rundown of the show, starting at the beginning towards the end. I don't really want to do an episode by episode on this one because the pacing was interesting. But in the first few episodes, Sakamoto's the main character. He's a total neat. Finds himself on the island. He finds the main heroine who wants nothing to do with him due to the fact that she has been almost raped like 3 times now.
That's a pretty big theme, but they definitely come back to.
Yeah.
The show definitely wants to drill something in on that one. He also meets Tyra-san, a businessman who is very loving to his family, but a very, very hard boss, and that's why he got sent to the island. By the way, you get sent to the island of BTOOOM killing if there's somebody who didn't like you. Main character got sent by his mom because he deserved it. He deserved it so hard. He was terrible to her.
Yeah.
He was legitimately terrible. He threw a controller at her so hard it dug into the drywall. Like halfway. It was terrifying. If that had hit her, she would be a dead woman.
Yeah.
So did somebody behind her. That was incredible. He has an arm, all right.
Why does he have an arm? Is the question.
I don't know. He's never gone out. I did like how pale they made his character. It looked creepy, but I was like, yeah, no, this guy's never seen the light of day. That seems right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, basically it's like everyone who's here is not necessarily a terrible person, but in general, everyone here is supposed to be a terrible person.
Like, yeah, I mean, at least they were sent by somebody who hated them.
Yeah.
That said, main character girl got sent because an accident she made led to her making the only correct decision in running away from the rape house so that she could call the cops as opposed to staying there.
Yeah.
Which
Never heard of that trope before.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, business Tyra got sent because some business guy he worked with it did not get along with him.
He was a bad boss.
He was a bad boss. And those are the only people we know why they were sent. Oh, and the doctor for being mean
Twice.
Well, there was also the 14-year-old kid who murdered 3 women.
And then raped them. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
raped
because
them.
he's a
Let it be
necrophiliac.
known that is the correct order that it happened in.
Yes. So, yeah, I think we can say we know why he was sent there as well.
I don't know that there's anybody left who could have sent him, but you know what? Clearly there was. And I guess he sent his dad, I assume. That was uncomfortable.
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
That was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
His dad just, yep, what Thomas is doing. Thomas put the hand away.
God, like, that episode ending like it did was like, oh man. Like,
Again.
How did it end?
didn't it
didn't
end
fit
right
so much
after?
time.
Didn't it end like right after the implosion? I could be wrong,
Yeah,
actually.
probably.
Yeah, I think it did, but
Yeah, implosion and evil laughter.
I remember
Which was-
just like ending that, like watching that scene and then just being left to let it sink in for like a week. I was like,
Kid imploded his
oh
dad.
man.
I think that's the time I like mentioned how long it took for them to like actually get through everything.
Yeah,
Because we just watched it all in
the last
4 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but themes in this show. 1, all men are pigs and rapists. All of them. Even main character almost did it.
Yep.
Because reasons.
Basically
2,
says men are terrible.
Pyro wasn't a rapist.
Yeah,
We can say that.
Fair enough. Good job, Tyra. Proud of you. 2. No, you know what? He just didn't get the opportunity. I'm sure he would have. That's what the show tells me to believe. 2. Never trust anybody ever. Don't. Unless they are your main love interest, in which case trust them implicitly.
Also, video games are life.
Also, video games are life.
Literally.
Yeah, so this actually feels like it kind of panders to people who just stay inside all the time because they're like, hey, look, this main character who has all these communicable skills that come from playing the video game, and he's met all these people from the video game that's like developed him as a person.
Yeah,
and yet
it really did feel like it was a show meant for neats.
And yet he's also terrible, and they kind of glorify him anyway.
But he grows because of the game.
He grows because of BTOOOM, the real life game. He doesn't grow because of the game.
He grows in there because of his experiences in the game.
I will say something bothered me a lot. So at one point, what's the girl's name? Hibiki? I think it's Hibiki.
Sure.
Hibiko?
Himiko.
Okay. Yeah.
Himiko. Great. So he goes to save Himiko, and it's like, yeah, I went to save you because I thought you were my online girlfriend. Turns out you weren't. That makes me a little sad. And he just says that. I'm like, wait. What?
I forgot about that plot point.
And then she was his online girlfriend the whole time. She just wasn't saying it because of reasons. But
yeah, I mean, the whole idea of having an online girlfriend to begin with is bad enough, but I guess he was a neat, but still? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Again, he's like 22, right? So,
yeah,
it's a problem.
It's worse because, like, she understandably is tense around men. And, like, that's fine, but, like, the whole time you're like, yeah, but she won't be tense around him because he is the one.
Yeah.
He's the one she needs, and that was...
Yeah, that was a forced fucking relationship. Like, it was pretty bad.
I do have to say my least favorite part of BTOOOM was the romance. I think the romance was totally unnecessary. I think it would have been a better show without it, by far.
What is my reason to live? Is it him? No. God.
At some point, she like progresses from absolutely not liking him to liking him, and I don't know when. I actually don't know when.
I think it was in the house, I guess, like in the abandoned house.
Yeah.
But
no, because at that point she was okay with him already. Like I'm not talking about liking him, I'm talking about like being okay with him versus not being okay with him. I have no like. I guess it was when he saved her, but like man.
It was when he was carrying her.
Really? Because she seemed to not enjoy being carried.
No.
Yeah, she seemed to not like him after that too.
Oh.
Was it when? Yeah, no, she didn't like him after that because he looked at her phone and she was not okay with it.
When he saved her.
I guess it's when he saved her.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
I mean, yeah.
Which, I mean, that's pretty cool. I guess that's a good enough moment,
yeah,
I guess.
She talks about that. She's like, you're a hero from a video game.
You came and you saved me, and it was amazing. Except, like, the shot of him saving her looked horrifying. Like, the shot of him.
It wasn't great.
That looked like he was about to do something. Like, it did not look like a savior shot. It looks like this is a monster. This guy's a monster. And, oh god. One thing that bothered me a lot with his character especially is how he seems to regress. So, after he saves her and they go back to Tyra, they find a doctor who turns out this is his second time around. And he's actually a horrible human being who's planning to kill them. And, like, that should be pretty easy.
Oh, wait. Regarding him, real quick. The main character, like, the doctor just, like, talks to him and he's like, hey, I'm a good guy. And the main character's like, cool, I'm so-and-so, and this is so-and-so, and this is so-and-so, and we've been here for this many days, and we have this many chips, and, like, this is our plan right now, and he just fucking opens up to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. He has, like, a character reset where it's like, So did the first 6 episodes just not happen, or I cannot get rid of this glare, so that's okay.
Let me get rid of
Did the first 6 episodes just not happen at all, or like he just meets this doctor and is like, okay, it is time for implicit trust, no matter what, for no reason at all. I'm going to trust this doctor completely, blindly, and utterly. And we're just going to tell him everything, and we're going to trust him so much. And oh, what? He betrayed me in this game where betrayal is like breathing? Gasp.
Yeah. I mean, like, trust is not a thing you should do in these situations.
But like, it's like he didn't even try. It was like, we just need him to be betrayed by this guy. How do we portray that? Just make him trust him completely, implicitly, and for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just because he's a doctor, it's still dumb. But hey, I'm trying. I'm grasping
like
for straws here.
When he meets Tyra, you see this like Light Yagami-esque character, where he's like analyzing his opponent at the same time his opponent is analyzing him, and like that was really cool and intelligent. And I thought we were gonna get more of that, but we didn't until it was like plot necessary.
Okay, so like the point passed a while ago, but I wanted to put in the like my thought. So the main character girl at the end, she's like, I have no reason to live. Like, oh, the people hate me. Javon brought up the point that her mom still loves her and she loves her mom, but like it still wasn't relevant in what she was saying. But then, like, to resolve that, the main character is like, oh, it's okay. I will love you. I will be your savior. We can go home and like we will actually date together. Like. And that will be the resolution to your problem. That's fucked up.
It's kind of cute. You don't have any friends? I'll be your friends.
Again, romance should not be a part of this kind of show in general. Like,
oh, it's always a part of this kind of show. Though.
I know, but it never should be.
It happened in Battle Royale. It happened in the Hunger Games.
Like, look, all I'm saying is I've been playing a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You don't befriend anyone. You see someone, you shoot them.
You telling me there's no romance in an actual video game?
No.
Oh, come on. There are people who definitely like... You definitely do hear stories about people who like meet in WoW or whatever.
I'm pretty sure I heard that Second Life is just like this game.
Oh, like no. Nope, don't do that. Don't bring in Second Life
for
this.
Oh, boy.
That's wrong.
You don't know what Second Life is.
Back to the show. Back to the show. Don't look it up.
Bring it back in. Bring it back in.
Pure.
Oh,
stay pure, everybody. Stay pure. Speaking of stay pure, though.
Oh, no.
Why is everybody a rapist? Except for the one guy who's like, oh, don't worry, I'll keep you pure. I'm just going to rip all of your skin off because I think torture is fun, because I need to prove that humanity is messed up, darn it. We need to prove.
That guy was so edgy. It was amazing.
This entire show was
everybody
edgy.
In this show's edgy. This show is so edgy.
It's just trying too hard.
So edgy.
So, let me try to turn this around a bit. Let's talk about positive things of the show, because we've only talked about bad things so far.
It's really easy to talk about the bad things.
It is, okay. But I think we need to focus on... Because, like, we've all acknowledged there are good things and bad things. Yeah.
The fight scenes are incredible. All right, I'm going to list 3 that I thought were dope. The first time that the main character and the main heroine meet... the first time they met, she was just being a fan service thing in a pond. The second time they meet, where they actually fight, that was incredibly animated, really cool, well choreographed fight scene between the two.
Except how it ended, with her stunning herself to knock herself out,
and then falling
like
on him
hours
for like 2 episodes, and then falling on him very seductively, which was worthless. And no, I'm just talking about the fight. We're talking.
No
good
electrical
things now,
current will make
Tom.
I like how you can see them looking at each other in real life.
We're sorry. It's hard to just look at a camera and be like, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
I mean, I'm trying to do
Tom. No, but
yeah, fight scenes.
That fight scene's really well done. The fight scene, the smart scene between Oda and him at the fight on the beach, really cool, really crazy. I enjoyed the fact that it's like he didn't have depth perception looking over his shoulder, and therefore he got fooled. I'm like, whoa, that was pretty cool. I also really enjoyed that they're ninja star firebombs. just cuz.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
Yeah, the bombs are cool.
Had good explanation.
Okay, yeah. I actually want to talk about that, Tom. Thank you for bringing it up. They never once was there like plot hole. Every time I tried to sarcastically like, wait, but how did that work? The show's like, well, let me explain to you exactly why this worked, and this isn't actually a plot hole. This is just we've established this mechanic, and it's going to keep going through. I'm like, wait, you're pretty good at this show. I can't poke holes in you.
For example, the bombs being like the person being able to use it once they deactivate it. That was pretty clever. I can't.
Using somebody else to activate their own bomb, pretty clever. There were other moments.
I mean, the fact that you can't even activate a bomb that's not yours, that was kind of interesting.
That stun gun should not have lasted that long. Just
Okay,
gonna
no,
say
not
that.
the stun gun.
The stun gun shouldn't have knocked someone out.
No, the anime physics were anime physics. That lady died when the house exploded on her.
Oh, the main character dodging every single explosion by like a hair's breadth. Like, at the very least, your organs would be screwed.
No, not just that though. In the final episode, his leg gets brutally injured by the canonically weakest bomb detonating kind of far away from him. He has tanked like
Not
the
only
hardest,
that,
the biggest
but, like,
explosions possible, like right beside him. But no, this tiny bomb, like a little distance away from him. Oh man, he got my leg. It's gone.
But like also after that, when Tyra aims his like bomb at himself, that explosion was huge.
Yeah,
That
and those
explosion
bombs
was like
can't-
bigger than any other explosion.
Those bombs barely take out someone's like arm if it just hits their arm, let alone like their whole body and like 4 crocodiles.
First episode. Explosion size made me think about this. Main character takes 3 bombs to figure out how the bombs work, even though they're exact same bombs from the video game that he was playing, the BTOOOM video game.
Yeah.
What is this thing? Is it a bomb? Okay, it is a bomb. How about I throw it? It didn't work. Wait. Oh, there's a
There's a
trigger. I have to
timer.
trigger the bomb. Nope, that's the third one. Okay, I threw this one. Wait, why hasn't it gone off yet? Wait, there were numbers on it. I bet
Wait.
that was some sort of timer.
I think
And
you can
then-
make sense of that if you think of like
Oh,
in a
you stupid.
in a video
objectively
game.
stupid.
No, in a video game you just press one button to throw a bomb. You know, like okay, if you hold it
But,
for
like,
longer, like a
sure,
grenade,
but
it
he
can
had
cook.
already used one and clicked the button and seen the timer go down and then threw it. That should have given him all. It should not have taken 3.
It should have
should not
taken
have taken
2.
3.
It should have taken 2. The third
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
was like, have you really not gotten this by now?
Yeah, and the other guy's like, "You amateur, you don't even know what bombs are." And the kid's like,
And then the bomb just like somehow, instead of burning the guy or like disintegrating him or like anything
Oh, no,
sort of
just
like
cut him
that,
into pieces.
just chunks of people like perfectly like cut into pieces.
"Shrapnel bomb." I'm telling you, it's a shrapnel bomb
Like they didn't say it, but it acted just like a shrapnel bomb
with fire shrapnel bomb.
with fire. All the explosions had fire. With okay, I'll give that to him. That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood, in fairness. Other good things. Fights
Wait.
were cool.
Another bad thing.
Oh,
The kid's implosion bomb shoots out air
Thomas.
before it
Thomas.
implodes instead of like, oh, so it sucks in air instead of pushing air, which would make somewhat more sense in like sci-fi land, but it's sucking in air to make an implosion.
There's physics behind how that doesn't work right, and it's okay because come on. I'm not holding that against them.
I thought the implosion was really cool. Like as fucked up as
thought
it
it was
was,
cool,
it was
too.
a cool scene.
It's
I thought-
super cool, even if it scientifically is like whatever. But like, who cares? It looks cool, and it's
I thought
anime.
Just say
I don't-
something else. Say it's like a dark matter bomb.
That'd be crazy.
I honestly thought
Um,
the implosion bombs were going to be like really useless because up until that point he had to like stick them on something. But like
I mean, you still kind of have to. They
No,
never
because,
did
like,
end up useful.
no, because when the kid and the main character were fighting, he threw it and it went past him, but then like the suction directed it towards back at him.
I guess.
It was like a better
That's-
homing bomb.
I mean, you just have to grab it on something though, because it does automatically stick, and then throw that thing away. It wasn't foolproof by any means.
Still better than the
so,
fucking
yeah.
actual homing bomb.
Oh, one more cool moment. I found another cool moment where main character, the show tries to make you think he's dead for whatever reason. If you're brain dead, you might believe it. I don't know.
And the girl.
Yeah. Anywho, show tries to make you think he's dead, and like it actually, first off, it cleverly avoided having the doctor try to use his bombs until the end of the episode due to the pressure that was put on him from other bombs. So it's cool that, because I knew the moment that he tried to use one of the crackers, it wasn't going to detonate, right? Like, of course not. But they do really well at having reasons for him to not have used it before that point. And then when the cracker doesn't detonate, and you get a really weird boob scene with the girl.
Oh man, best scene.
Anywho, the main character's reappearance, like walking back in like a hero, that was a pretty cool, like, I am a hero shot. You know what? I'm giving it to him. It was pretty cool.
Dude, when the bomb bounced off her boob, she was just like,
Yeah.
It was bad.
You know what? Maybe the show would have just been better without the girl. Maybe.
It was clear that like the director was trying to prove that the girl represented purity.
Yeah,
Everybody else
it's like
somewhat of a monster.
It's like the girl is pure and nice and good, and all men are awful. The end. But like,
And also that one French girl.
Who was
and
that?
people talk about like Clannad's eyes being super far apart. Like this girl.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, her design always bothered me, but like, it was unique at least. She stood out.
She had cool points, except when she was in the game and
Yeah, but those are in-game eyes. That doesn't
the
count.
armor, the eyes.
It's a Korean MMO. That's what I got out of it. It's definitely just a Korean MMO. Korean MMOs believe strongly in skimpy women armor more than anything else does.
Yeah,
They go ham on that.
can't really complain.
Can I bring up the Komodo
Okay.
dragons now?
Do it.
Yes.
Throw down.
Komodo dragons do not behave like that.
They don't
Yeah,
hunt people.
they don't
no
hunt.
reptile like actively hunts people.
They're not
Reptiles are
nocturnal.
cold-blooded.
They're not.
No,
They're not
reptiles
active during
nocturnal.
night.
Yeah. And then like no reptile is going to waste energy chasing something.
Like those things should have been tuckered out, but they're like, no, we're ready to fight. It is I, the Komodo dragon, chasing human beings for like miles overnight where there's no warmth to keep me moving.
Listen,
Those things need naps.
Also fairly
listen.
certain they don't hunt in packs.
They don't hunt at all.
Look,
They
They're
hunt, but
solitary creatures.
not like that. They don't hunt like that.
I don't know that anyone in Japan has ever actually encountered a Komodo dragon,
They're
so
closer
It's on
to
their
them than
side
us.
of the earth.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Pacific
but
Islands.
still,
Like,
Still.
I've never encountered an elk, but I'm aware of what they do.
I will give it to the series though. They got the bacteria and the bite right.
Actually,
That
as it
bite
turns
was
out,
very
it's actually venom.
They do have venom in their bites.
Fun fact, recently discovered. Thomas was telling me about this while we were watching the show. Komodo dragons actually have venom. Thousands of lizards we didn't think were venomous. Venomous.
yeah.
There are about 1,200 lizards now.
I mean,
that
aren't
they found have.
Just assumed it was really bad bile, but no.
aren't
venom.
all monitor lizards like venomous?
Oh, we didn't know that before, like 2 years ago.
We always thought that the Gila monster and the monitor lizard were the only venomous lizards.
But it turns
Okay.
out a bunch of them, including the Komodo dragon. I mean, the bile did act correct. Like the bite and the reactions of how it works.
But their saliva
Works
also has
correct.
venom.
But it's
Yeah.
also just venom. We just didn't realize that because,
I mean, also Komodo dragons are monitor lizards, but anyway, that's nitpicking. But yes, they're venomous. I was in Thailand and encountered monitor lizards, and the people there were basically like, "Yeah, they're really nice, and not dangerous at all, unless you get too close, and then they'll bite you and you'll be poisoned and die." I was like, "Wait,
that's
that
the
does."
opposite of nice.
Yeah, it's like they're really nice and they won't hurt you unless you get too close, and then they'll hurt you. Like, oh, okay.
That's essentially saying it won't chase you
So-
down. Unless you're in BTOOOM, in which case
Exactly.
it'll chase you the hell down for miles.
They got too close. They got too close.
And then never left.
Rip Tyra's
What a
right
fun
leg.
biology.
Rip Tyra's right. Yeah, but like Tyra killed himself with a bomb that shouldn't have taken out like his whole arm, let alone like. Come on.
his right leg got fucked like twice, and then his fingers like got cut off. Like rip Tyra.
Yeah, Rip Tyra.
I miss
Tyra is
Tyra.
gonna be my best girl, but no, I'm not gonna say Rip Tyra because at least he was on screen sometimes. I would like to run a moratorium real fast for all of the characters that could have been really cool but just weren't, like Oda, who could have been really cool but then was resigned to flashback duty, or French Girl, who was resigned to one fight, or Crazy Kid, who kind of showed up and like, hey, I got these bombs back. Who knows what okay, I'm not in the show anymore. Bye.
And Black Girl.
She died in 3 seconds. She was never going to be a main character.
I mean, like...
She was in the opening.
Was she?
I think so.
Oh, wow, it does suck to be her then.
Oh, man.
Like, come on. I thought everybody in the opening was going to, like, do a thing in the end, either like a grand battle royale or like team up on a helicopter. No. These are all way cooler characters than the ones you interacted with. Maybe you're going to, oh, what's that? Show's over? We're not going to see any of the, oh, man.
I was making fun of the show with Jovan because like it was the last episode and they were just like making out on the couch or whatever, and I was like, and credits. It was pretty much and credits. It had 5 minutes in between, but nothing happened then. It was pretty much making out on the couch and credits.
It kind of was. We're gonna get out of this together. Flash to all the other characters like sitting in various safe houses for no reason, and credits.
Yeah.
Are we out of things to talk about? I feel like we've repeated.
It's probably time to
It's time.
give our final recommendations.
I feel like this one has been everywhere.
Yeah.
This is what happens when we find a show we don't like, though. It's very hard to like.
Okay, well, I'll start us off here. I still like the show because I have fond memories of watching it. Maybe if I rewatched it, it wouldn't be as good, but I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a fun watch. So I still like it. I'm gonna refrain from recommending or not recommending, actually. I'll leave that to everyone else. I'm gonna refrain this time. Because
All right, then I'm jumping in, coward.
Wait. Shoot, you made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Fine, go.
Haha! Now I'm jumping in, coward. So, those are two very different questions for me of did I enjoy it and would I recommend it? Full disclosure here, I would not have finished this show. I would not have gotten past episode 4 had I not been required to watch this for this podcast. That said, the show definitely steadily improves as it goes on, with a few lapses, with many lapses. But it steadily improves in quality and in worthwhile watching. And I think in the end, after even all the smack we've just given it, I enjoyed the cool moments enough that I think I enjoyed the show. I think I can actually say I enjoyed BTOOOM. That said, I would not recommend it. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. It was the fact that I had to be forced to sit through it proves, I think, that this show does not hold on its own. And the thorough amount of complaints we had probably says you can get cooler moments elsewhere and not be as irritated with some of the other things. That said, I do want to go back and just say points for consistency go a long way. So if you think this is like a trash show where you can just go in and like trash everything as you're watching it, you can't. The show will one-up you many times, and you're going to feel like a douchebag for trying. Because you know what? The show was competent. I didn't like what it did at a lot of times, but it was well made. It was directed with the intent in mind. Not that I agree with the intent, but it was directed with an intent in mind. This is the kind of show where they wanted to make a thing, and you know what? They made it. Without a season 2. They made what they could of it. And I cannot hold that against the show. So while I don't recommend it personally, I cannot resign it as garbage.
I'd say it was about
Thumbs
average.
Thoroughly in the middle. There are better things, but you know what? This is not trash. Let it be known that this is a well-made thing. So I guess I'm also a coward. Somebody else give a recommendation.
I would not recommend it.
I think we all could have assumed that.
Reasons, but I'm gonna say I don't recommend it.
Okay.
All right, Alan.
I'd say, oh man, I'm just gonna repeat what you guys said.
Like I said before, like I liked it, but I don't want to recommend it. It has times where it makes you uncomfortable. It has times where like you just wonder why. But it also has really cool moments and stuff. And like I don't know. I don't think it has enough cool moments to justify all the uncomfortableness sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That said, better than Elfin Lied.
I think for me watching it, it was like really good to have that feeling of, ooh, what cool BTOOOM am I gonna get this week? You know, like I knew I'd get some cool moment. Like,
And it did not let up on the cool moments. There were always cool moments.
There's probably at least one really good moment per episode. So
probably
maybe that's what it was.
It had a cool like box of tricks with all the different bombs.
The bombs were also
the last episode did not have a really cool moment.
I mean, yeah, it was the terrible not ending. So,
also known as a read the manga ending, which I thoroughly despise with all my heart.
It was a wait for season 2. Oh,
we didn't get funding for that. Now it's a read the manga ending.
I think that's also largely why I recommended this for the podcast, because watching it that season, it felt very overlooked. Even if it wasn't the best, it felt very overlooked to me. So that's why I always bring it up to people.
We have thoroughly looked at it.
We have.
Leave it overlooked. Probably. I think with all that, you guys have a general feeling of how we feel about BTOOOM. If you want to insult us and tell us that our reviews are bad and we should feel bad, feel free to tell us. Otherwise, if you agree with us, also feel free to tell us. Really, I'm just desperate for interaction with you guys. Please love me. Tell me what's happening.
Your favorite anime is shit.
Okay, except for Thomas. Thomas, down. That said, let's talk about what's happening next week, because my computer is going to die in 10 minutes.
It's Clannad After Story.
It is. Welcome to the sequel to our Clannad show that happened a bit ago.
Oh, yeah.
We are about to do Clannad After Story. If you don't know, how have you avoided it? Okay, if you don't know, it's a continuation of Clannad, where it's after school ends, and now you have the characters of Clannad going about adult life, which is considerably way better than the original Clannad.
You actually have a story versus a slice of life.
And it, like, isn't in high school, which already makes it way better.
It's after the story of Clannad. In case you didn't know where the name came from, I have a good feeling that might be where.
I love Irish bands. I can't wait until they're... Okay, I can't keep doing this.
Oh, God. But yeah, all of us have already seen After Story. And all of you have also already seen After Story.
I'll probably watch clips. I'm probably not going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to be honest.
I'll probably watch the whole thing again, because it's been at least a year since the last time I've seen it. It's that kind of show.
I'm excited to rewatch it.
Exactly. But we are very excited to bring that to you.
It used to be my favorite show, like, ever. I don't know what it is anymore. But that one, like, had a special place in my heart for a really long time, and I was, like, cheering for it every time it got really high on my anime list. But then I don't even think it's in the top 10 anymore.
It had a special place in your heart for ripping it out.
And then hitting it with the hammer. And then hitting it with the hammer again.
But that's for next time.
And that's for next time.
Then,
I can't wait to bring out... Oh, okay, one more hammer. Let it be known that if you know the key rules of how characters are gonna die, if you've seen anything else by Key, you're ready for After Story, because they follow the same thing forever.
No one dies in anything, Key. Come on, man. Come on.
Nobody's not seen After Story, but whatever. That's all I'm going to end that on. As for the gaming channel, you should be expecting to see some individual stuff coming up, and also Ori and the Blind Forest should still be coming, and
I can upload that right now.
Proud of you, Alan. And EDF, if that ever gets out of editing hell, I know we've been having some problems with that one.
Nothing ever gets out of post with me.
I
Apparently.
still play Overwatch.
You're doing this one, and Thomas might be doing the Overwatch thing. I know Aaron is doing some individual stuff as well.
We keep saying might, but put that on. I'm putting that on back burner still.
Thomas is asterisk doing the Overwatch thing, potentially in the future.
Also, for the record, this isn't post. This is streaming. It's easier.
You're gonna have to post it eventually.
Yeah.
But anywho, I think with all that in mind, we will see you guys next time. Hopefully with better production, but we make no promises.
Summer's hard.
Bye-bye.
Interactions.
Bye-bye.
Character